Hi, I'm Leonardo, and this is not your usual playthrough of XCOM Chimera Squad. Could say this is a hidden 5th difficulty in the game, considering possibility to roleplay as police. And I'm going to add Impossible. We won't be able to do the tutorial on Impossible. I want to pick my squad. There'll be a summary shortly. Also, there will be always timestamps to skip ahead to the next mission or to avoid the loadout part, which is very much streamlined, so it won't take hours. I also add Ironman, but it's not the usual Ironman. Still, we won't be able to save and reload. Hopefully my save does not get corrupted. Since missions cannot be failed, Ironman is more living with the consequences, but in this case, not only we don't have permadeath for our agents, but also we cannot fail the missions. Hardcore just deletes your progress, which is not the point of this challenge, because what I want to do is to add extra difficulty by not killing anyone, because this is not as challenging as the other mainline XCOM games. You can even add healing between encounters on impossible difficulty. I want to add extra difficulty with a non-lethal approach. So do not shoot to kill, avoid accidental casualties, and follow police procedure when possible, shoot only when your life is in danger, and all that. But we'll talk more about that when we get to it. For now, this is a summary of the tutorial.
Tonight, Mayor Nightingale perished in an explosion at City 31's Memorial Museum. The identity of her assailants is unknown at this time. The City Council asks citizens to remain...
So she gets vaporized the same day XCOM sends Chimera Squad to our city? You hear that voice in your head? That's me telling you to wake up!
Despite opposition, Mayor Nightingale's deciding vote brought the Reclamation Agency to the city. Without her support, Chimera Squad's continued presence is an open question.
So we start in a hard situation, and we can pick our squad. So the tutorial squad, so the poster boys and girls are these, but I'm going to avoid shotgun users, so Godmother, Axiom, and Claymore, because you could add the Tranquilizer Rounds to make the shot make enemy unconscious instead. There are also stun grenades, but I'm going for a more peaceful approach, as peaceful as possible. Also Blue Blood with his pistols and the Tranquilizer Rounds make quick work of everything, so these are great characters for a normal playthrough or even a pacifist playthrough with the Tranquilizer guns, but I want to go beyond that. Also, you can see the lines. I have my mind sign on you. Cherub, I'm just happy to be here. These are the 3 support characters. Cherub is based on shields and actually is most powerful agent for this kind of playthrough. Shelter instead has the ability to relocate, which is great if you want to shoot, so to bring enemies out of cover. Terminal and Patchwork are the specialists of XCOM 2. This is a medic, and Patchwork is damage oriented with Chaining Jolt. But this could be also helpful because we need to damage our opponents before being able to subdue them peacefully. Then Zephyr and Torque can do some work to make enemies unconscious. Of course, if you don't use Venom. But I'm hoping to get the other later. So it's between Torque and Zephyr. I'm going to pick Torque, but hoping to get Zephyr soon, because Zephyr at some point learns to... her basic attack makes enemies unconscious. Instead, while Torque, I'm going to pick Torque at the beginning more for dialogue. Quotes? Sure, Whisper. Can you quote this gesture? How about 2? Yeah. That's the funny lines that make this game more playable. Now we meet our director.
Chimera Squad, heads up. Director's on the line from XCOM HQ.
Chimera Squad, I know you're still settling in, but this cannot wait. A short time ago, insurgents crashed the opening of City 31's Memorial Museum. They took Mayor Nightingale hostage. 3-1 PD attempted a rescue, but the insurgents triggered a plasma bomb. Everyone inside was lost. Yes, 3-1 PD should have requested our help, but dwelling on that is counterproductive. We need to focus on what we do next. A crude plasma bomb killed the mayor. The insurgents had no access to materials for that.
Does that mean they had outside help?
Most likely. There are 3 groups in City 31 with access to this kind of ordnance.
Funny how they twist what happened, because they say that 31 PD didn't ask for our help, but if they ask for our help, you get the tutorial mission where exactly the same happens, just a bit late. So these are the 3 choices at the beginning. I'm going to start from the progeny. We'll talk later about Sacred Coil. A loose network of human psions. Their vision for City 31's future is entirely psionics, whether the city wants it or not. So they need our help. Let's help them.
The progeny have a small but loyal human membership, all with psionic capability. Victims willingly hand over what the progeny need, and forget the whole thing. The perfect crime.
Director, these are local criminals. Isn't that 3-1 PD's jurisdiction?
True. The Reclamation Agency supports local police, but we're also required to recover dangerous material.
From those who would do the world harm, and each of those groups is neck deep in the stuff. So what next?
Focus on a single group. Investigate, dismantle their operations, and take them down.
Meanwhile, we look for any links to the mayor's death. Either way, a dangerous organization is off the streets.
Exactly. The city wants justice for Mayor Nightingale. This is how we help them achieve
And
it.
this is the motivation behind this game. There's no war here, just police duty that's too complicated for City 31's police force. This is our base with our team. So we have a critical mission. This mission must be completed today. But first,
Check it out. Headquarters sent us an assembly. And with the right patterns, we can build anything. Or we could with the latest version. What you're looking at is the extremely finicky 2038 model. It'll take time to stress test our patterns, but once we have them, we're good to go.
now we could add someone to make this faster instead of an engineer. So let's say we add Torque, and this will take half the time, but the issue is that we cannot do our mission.
Welcome to City 31. During Advent's occupation, the city was a fortress supporting an active starport. 5 years after XCOM won the war, it's home to aliens, hybrids, and humans alike. There's new industry, self-government, and local agriculture to support the varied populations. Against all odds, this city thrived after the war. There were no retributive attacks.
Until tonight.
We don't know that, not yet, but we can find out.
So here's our city. We'll get into the detail later, but let's just try to go here. And yeah, it won't let us do it. So we'll get someone else later. For now, we don't have a choice. Investigate the progeny, 30 credits reward. And yeah, entire progeny from the company just opened fire on 31 PD. We should check it out.
Hostile forces need leadership to function. If authorized by the director, you may need to neutralize a hostile leader. Subduing your target is always preferred. Enemy leadership, if captured, provides valuable intel.
Captures give intel, but we're going to take that to the next level. First, let's take a look at the shop.
Our temporary field office has all the basics. Weapons, comms, and ammunition. Supply is where we request everything else. As long as it's in the squad's budget, it's ours.
So we start with the Tranquilizer Rounds. The target would be killed, they will be rendered unconscious instead. Unconscious units are captured at the end of the mission, and then they get intel. So that's how the game wants you to use a pacifist approach, since we are a police force, not an army. But funnily enough, yeah, you can see that there are just enough credits for a medkit. And yeah, basically the game suggests us to buy one, so I'm going to buy it. It also gives protection, immunity to poison, so it could be helpful, even though we have a medic, which already has healing capability. So let's go back and add medkit, then Tranquilizer Rounds, some Verge, and maybe Torque. Actually, probably be a good idea on Terminal. So we'll get into their abilities later, and that's how mission start. This guy's the loading screen instead of the Sky Ranger.
3-1 PD asked to speak with this company's owner about his connections to the progeny. That's when his staff pulled weapons, and the police barely made it out.
3-1 PD is known to retreat at the first sign of danger.
And that's how replayability works, because characters will have different exchanges. So aside from the ability, there's one reason to make the game more replayable. Enemies are harder to hit, so I'm not going to pick that. We can decide between two side windows and the main door. Here we can see 3 enemies, here 4 each. Run and gun ability on the first turn looks good, so I'm going to actually put Verge here. And then plus 50 dodge, so Torque already has a high dodge. They nerfed the Mach Weave. That armor did too much. Dodging, power, Cherub, Torque, and Terminal.
Time to breach.
Let's go into the breach. This is the new mechanic of Chimera Squad, and looks like a mobile thing because we don't have any ability to... We cannot see the battlefield for now, aside from the first person perspective. I cannot even press escape to go to the menu when I'm here. And yeah, there's the horrible blur effect, which I remove. Just want to keep first mission as default as possible, aside from our challenge. So now we can hit. So I'm going to avoid. I could kill this troll, but I'm going to avoid shooting to kill whenever possible. Even though I have the Tranquilizer Rounds, so I could have just made him unconscious. But yeah, as a general rule, I want to avoid, otherwise things would get too easy. So if I here I don't have the Tranquilizer Rounds, and if I roll a 4, this one would be dead. So I'm not going to kill it. I'm not going to hit. I could hit this one, but we have someone else who can do that. So let's get to Torque. Now 3-5, so this one gets armor point because it's on cover, but we deal 5, so we could still kill it. So again, not going to hit. I could hit the Acolyte, and then actually, yeah, but let's do cover rush first. So I could have hit with someone else and then used Terminal to make him unconscious. But I'm going to avoid that unless I'm in danger. So that's a bit of role play, police role play if you want. But yeah. So again, this one is easy target, but we also have Battle Madness that will inflict panic and berserk on an enemy, and they will have a chance to shoot. They will shoot the close target, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going too risky for our strategy. I'm just going to... So the Acolyte have some protection. Will minus 30%. Instead, this one is
Your thoughts are mine.
easy. Stunned. Now I can use the subdue ability, the subdue command.
Subdued the hostile.
And you get the same result. The enemy is unconscious, very unconscious. Taking a nap. But of course I have the Tranquilizer Rounds because at some point you'll be forced to kill to survive. But for now, let's see if I can The subdue ability on Cherub is replaced by a bash, which can be charged. We don't have a charge right now, so it deals 3 damage instead of 2/3, so it's a guaranteed 3 damage. Not really helpful at this moment. So I'm going to add a kinetic shield on Verge, which is exposed, so you can see that I'm not worrying about cover right now, and that's in place. I'll get to team up later. How much? Yeah, still too much damage, even though I'm in possible difficulty. Actually, this one is undercover, so I got 0 crit chance, so I'm not going to kill it. It's a 33% shot, better than nothing.
I should have hit.
How did you miss that?
And yeah, the comments from the team does not count the percentage. So our snake here is can actually, yeah, for health. So that's the problem with using subdue instead of. So if we shoot, we have a chance to kill it, but if we use subdue, there's no chance. 2-3 damage. That's the main problem with our strategy. So the main difficulty will be getting the damage. So I'm going to
Get over here.
I let the acolyte hit, and they get
Don't
bind.
struggle.
So now next turn I get the choice to sustain bind or release it. Of course I'm going to release it, otherwise it will be dead. I think there will be an ability allowing me to make enemies unconscious instead. But for now you can see that it's not guaranteed, but if we leave someone outside with the shield, they will still target him. So now this one is still I think already did his unconscious the dazed turns. So what we can do with the terminal is actually adding healing and adding 20 defense. But yeah, we don't really need that. I need to start hitting them. So this one will attack first, and is the one in the warm, well, cold embrace torque. And so I'm going to just subdue the acolyte. I need, yeah. So you can see that we don't have, we cannot
Shouldn't have bothered.
do all our turns, but there's no damage during his turn. Damage is only when we attack. And also Verge cannot use his ability on someone already used it, so the game says it's a neural network, adds them to the neural network. So if we add them once, we will not be able to hit them again. But we don't need it now. It's time to move on, to move for the hit. Going to hit the acolyte.
Hostile
So
is under
the thrall
arrest.
would have been a better choice because it acts first. But now we have a charged bash, and I was almost. So if I, with the charge bash, which the charge comes from a destroyed kinetic shield, we get, well, an area effect, but also we get 1 extra damage per charge. So I would be able to make this unconscious, but if, yeah, the last thrall would be dead. So I cannot do that. So again, I'm going to add a kinetic shield. Also, I can save the charge for later, and I'm not able to see. Come here and add the shield on Verge again. So I think I already did these 2 turns of being dazed. So yeah, now it moves. Don't need to worry too much. Actually, could be helpful if we shot perfect. So now we have 2 charges. Then we'll be able to
Full
more
up.
abilities, upgrade for that. But that's the, yeah, you can sort of farm charges on the first encounter since we have 2 more. Now I need to release bind. And subdue. Not downfall, subdue. So now it's guaranteed 2-3 after 1 bind.
Shame you didn't resist.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it rolls 2 or 3. And now we need to take care of this roll. So there are 3 of us and just 1 of him. So I'm going to come here and finish him off with Verge. Doesn't matter who gets the kill. That
You weren't supposed to hit back.
not sure if it's on purpose or it's a bug. But yeah, this game didn't receive much bug fixing. But just 1 update.
Subdued the hostile.
But this does not give us XP. So this playthrough will be much harder. There's a mod to fix that.
They moved like Advent used to move. Different fighting technique, though.
Well, good thing we all fought Advent. Except those of us who were Advent.
Incorrect. I fought everyone.
That's the banter between characters. Of course, clearly some of us are, well, created by Advent. And now we have a main door. Surprise enemies will stun. And secure entrance, fewer aggressive enemies, which don't need to worry about because it's a green shield. The shield means there's no aggressive enemies. Last unit through the entrance, aggressive enemy can hit back. Last unit through the entrance deals +3 damage, and I don't really want to do that. But, well, since we have terminal, let's do that. And let's get Verge. And actually, I had the run and gun ability on Verge, which I didn't use because, yeah, this map is small enough and we don't need to worry about cover as previous XCOM.
We shall move in.
Open sesame.
But now we get +3 damage with terminal, so we could actually hit someone. So what I want to do is 83%, so I'm going to take the 100%, of course. And now I get the chance to crit, so crit is just +1 damage, is nothing special now. So it's 3 to 5 actually, so if it rolls a 3 and crit is 4, a 4 and crit is 5. So I need to count 1 more than the flashing HP here. Unfortunately we cannot hit these rolls. Try to hit him. Just 3. Cannot hit anyone. Yeah. Going to do a cover rush. And now with the +3 damage, yeah, we can take care of this one. 6 to 8. So unfortunately it's guaranteed. Well, I guess since it's a bonus, I'm going to take it. Yeah. So actually I didn't kill it. That's good. And actually it's a grazed, so this enemy dodged my attack. And yeah, the stunned, I'm not sure how much it remains, but yeah, that was a graze, so a lot of damage for graze. And now we get this roll and this acolyte. So yeah, what I want to do is soften them up to be able to subdue them. Otherwise, if they're full health, it's almost impossible. So depending on the number of HP, actually maybe it's easier to deal with this one, because we can shoot and then subdue. Instead the thrall we need to subdue twice, so we need to run to him twice. This one is 7. Anyway, Verge is perfect here because I can actually, yeah, cannot do anything. I could shoot again this troll, but I leave shooting for when I'm in trouble. So we got just one stun. It means we lose one action, and the next one it can hit us, and we are exposed. Not going to worry about that. You'll see why. For now, let's get. Actually, this is cover on
Hostile is under arrest.
the wrong side. Oh well. Now the troll will probably hit me. No.
There's no need for this.
Yeah, it Cherub. It missed, but even if it hits, we have plenty of HP. So one hit is not a problem. Also, we get our civilians here, can be any race. And no one is picking up the phone. But yeah, they're quite a big target. Luckily, there are no accidental hits, so try to hitting this one, we could hit this one in a accurate simulation, but there's nothing like that, so we don't need to worry about saving the civilians. Also, the enemies will never target them in these kind of missions, so we don't need to worry about them at all. They're just for show, and also, yeah, if there's an explosion, something exploding, I need to restart mission because I'm not going to let anyone die. So now we have a double charge, so we can deal 5. And yeah, we can take care of the troll. Unfortunately, cannot reach this acolyte. But also we got preparation if we want to. We don't have anything to do. We get plus 30 defense, 50 dodge. So this one actually dodged a shot, which is good because we not want to shoot him. But sooner or later we'll need to shoot them. So yeah, just avoiding the civilians. Nothing to do with the don't think it affects the civilians, the wave behind, not like a grenade. So this one is, if you have a grenade, which is a free mission actually, a free action, so it will be an easy hit here. But if there is a civilian, maybe you will not hit. Now, can I reach? No, it's too far away. So yeah, bind is a free action if there's someone nearby, but of course I cannot tongue pull a subdue, would be 2 moves, so I can tongue pull one of my own to bring them to safety. But the issue is here that yeah, it's not the subdue is not guaranteed to kill. So what I'm going to do is just to actually, am I close enough? Not sure. I think, well, let's try that. Should be able.
Do you want to die? Then stay here.
Oh, I missed the Viper civilian, so they run away when you get closer. But yeah, we are not in bind range. Need to get here or here. So I'm going to try to subdue and hope for the best. I could have tried the tongue pull, but yeah, we didn't kill it.
You'll regret that.
It was just 85%, so the bind would have been guaranteed weight on this one. You're using, so I'm going to maybe should buy a flashbang grenade, but well, I cannot reach this acolyte. Maybe I should hit the troll first. Let's see. The acolyte is going anyway. Verge can actually. Not sure if he can reach. I think he can. Maybe he's able to reach it. But yeah, or I can just shoot this one 55%. Not worth it. Let's go here. So I'm going to take damage. It's not a problem.
You weren't supposed to hit back.
And yeah, let's see what we can do. Yeah, just for damage.
That hurts.
Can heal next turn. With just one running charger. There are no long-term consequences. There's no fatigue, of course. We have only 4 enemies, they cannot die, so we will get them back. Even if they're downed, they'll get back with a scar, so a minor handicap. Now, I don't want Cherub to lose his turn, so I'm going to target the Acolyte, so I can actually hit him, and yeah, I could not reach this one. Yeah, not enough, because too far away, because of the structure of these. Apparently I cannot jump over these ones for some reason, because they are full covers. Yeah, so these one are lower and these one are higher. It's a bit silly, but sometimes it's hard to give a satisfying justification for gameplay stuff. I'm not going to try 66%, not worth it. I'm going to take the damage,
Subdued the hostile.
then heal back. Maybe Terminal get a scar. You can fix that later. That's unfortunate.
Radiant as air around
But
the
yeah,
star.
the troll instead is running. Yeah, that's the most damage they... I was a bit careless because usually don't need to worry about that, but now Cherub is free, so I can add the shield. Bit too late, but I'm still going to keep... Actually, I already used the charge bash, so Turk is going to target that. I actually need... yeah, I wanted to heal Terminal, but he's after Torque, so I could just... I think I'm going to... I didn't want to come here, of course, but can I tongue pull Terminal? No. Well, Verge I think is a good spot. So just going to wait because I want to heal. So I could wait one extra turn, stay close here. But yeah, let's do another turn. Operation doesn't really matter. So yeah, it's going to hit me, absorb the shield, get one charge. It's a bit silly, but we could farm charges this way. Very easy, but what I want to do is just heal Terminal. So I'm going to enter. That's why I probably get a scar, but you don't really need to worry about one hit.
And stay down.
2 hits, it's more dangerous.
You're about to enter some offices. Now the owner must be holed up in there.
And now we get to the tough part. So I left the team up for this, and you can see from the red skulls that now Breach is more dangerous, so some enemies will hit back, and so you can get +1 armor, or all non-aggressive enemies guarding this entrance are surprised. Surprised means 30% more likely to hit, but of course I forgot to equip it, the breaching charge, so I don't have a character that has the breaching charge like Terminal with the hacking the door, but for some reason we get 1 free breaching charge. But I forgot to equip it because I didn't buy any breach items. We'll go with Cherub first, and actually if I want to team up and I use it first turn just to avoid any trouble. You could play it safe and leave it for later. I leave Cherub last and then team him up as a first action. Let's try.
Time to breach.
So if I had equipped it, we could have gotten from that side, but actually, so this is a standard mission, always the same, and I found it the main door actually more helpful because the wall is too far away from most of the enemies and also very little cover. And this one is the aggressive enemy, so that's what I meant to do, shoot only when we are in danger. So with the Tranquilizer Rounds I will shoot him, although we don't have a great percentage. And just 3 damage, not great. We rolled the minimum number, so no kill, and by kill I mean unconscious shot. If we would kill it, it is rendered unconscious instead from the Tranquilizer Rounds. Yeah, let's see what you can get. Not much. So with Terminal again we could finish this off, but yeah, 60, a low percentage shot, it's not worth it. So yeah, even though it's not aggressive, I'm going to shoot that one. Much better chances. It's a bit risky this mission, so I don't want to have to restart because I failed mission. So let's do like this. So now I can target the Acolyte. And yeah, just 2 damage, that's why it was a rare unlucky roll before with Terminal. Don't need to worry.
There's your VIP. Subdue if possible.
And now, yeah, the VIP is best if subdued, but I'm going to team up. So we get this one just once per mission. Coordinate with target ally, moving their turn next on the timeline, but we can do just once per mission. So now we get, we have 2 people. We have a Thrall, another Thrall, the Acolyte here full health. We get 2 turns, 2 agents before any enemies can do anything. Let's see first who can we target with Stupor. Yeah. So I'm going to target this one. Hopefully get a 2. No, just 1. So it's going to shoot. So here we get. Is this a VIP? No, this one is the VIP. And it's a weird line here. This one is just a civilian. A similar hairstyle. So now I can subdue someone, and yeah, it makes sense to target this one. And now
Hostile is under arrest.
I can add a shield. So Cherub is a bit farther than I wanted. I wanted to target one of these 2, but we are too far away, so I'm going to add a kinetic shield on Torque, a more exposed one, and a charge bash. Actually, I should have added a shield on myself because I would be the most exposed. Yeah, so the wave does not.
Let me try again.
Civilian, but we got in just with 2 HP. So next,
despair.
Yeah, still targeting Terminal. Makes sense. The medic.
Her eyes are liquid darkness.
Yeah. Colorful things to say, but I could actually add a tongue pole. So let's see. This Acolyte is next. Hopefully, we'll target Torque. And then that's this Acolyte, and well, the VIP. So I could bind, but yeah, of course, if I bind this one, it's going to die. Let's see how much. It's 85%. No, probably not worth it. It's better to subdue. And well, I could actually do it for later, so let's do a tongue pull. and we got it. So I could bind or hit this one, so terminal can come back, and after this one, so I want to subdue because I can stay in the way and get hit, because at this point I think it's going to hit Cherub. So I'm going to stay here on auto cover.
Cower or flee? Your choice. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
And let's see if the Acolyte will target me. Yes. Perfect. So now the advantage of the breaching charge is that it brings you closer to the VIP escape, but it's not going to reach that in one turn. So we have time. Can we hit? So I could heal again, but there's no point. I think we should be good. Yeah. So I'm going to add safeguard. Well, let's do it anyway, since. So at this point, I think it's fair to try to shoot, but it's just 85%. Instead, if we if we subdue him twice, guaranteed. So 48. Yeah, I'm not too far away from everyone else. So I think I'm going to heal up just to be safe and subdue. So subduing will move us closer.
Shouldn't have bothered.
And now this one is running, but not going far. Now we have Verge. Can try to hit it.
My mind over yours.
And one turn. It's unfortunate. We have to hit this one.
Subdued the hostile.
And now we get... we have a charge, yes. So I could subdue this one and hit this one. Damage in a cone behind the enemy. But... yeah, we cannot reach... Actually, yes, we can. So we could do it like this. I'm not sure if... I guess the damage could be fatal to the accountant, but the accountant has 5. So even though it has 5 HP, I think anyone can just subdue him. So that's the difficulty of subduing, that usually it's not as easy. You need to get through the HP bar. But I'm going to use, since I have a charged bash, I'm going to hit, yeah. So let's see if it damages the VIP.
Book him.
Yeah, unconscious. 5 damage. So get 5 damage in the cone, but it's unconscious. And so 2 for 1. That's why Cherub probably the best character for a pacifist run. So I cannot bind him because I would be in trouble. I don't want to get hit for nothing, but yeah, Cherub has armor, terminal. Well, let's just stay in cover. Just start hitting.
Should have squeezed you unconscious.
Your tether unbroken.
Yeah, unfortunately, cannot squeeze unconscious for now. Squeeze is kill. You'll see that later. So unfortunately, Cherub is done. But as I said, there's no, maybe for an oversight, maybe on purpose, there's no XP for the kills. for the subdues. So if you kill, you level up much faster. Now we only get the basic mission experience, so that will be harder.
Another caller for the medic.
But we did it. Everyone unconscious, 0 killed, 5 civilians rescued, which doesn't matter at all. But 16 enemies captured. The only issue is that I left terminal getting 2 hits in a row. So if you capture 5 enemies, you get 20 intel. Everything above 5 is pointless. So below 5 you don't get 16, 14 and so on. You get 20, 40, 60 or 80% of intel. So always a chance. So if you capture 1 enemy, you still have a chance to get 20 intel. If you capture more than 1, it's more and more likely. But for now, did our first mission, we get back, and not as good as the Sky Ranger. Always a loading thing. And now we get a very important, what was that? So there's a bug, yeah. He's still telling me about the bar, even though there's no bar above. From the archives, aliens in our agency. Jane, what are you thinking? And that confirms that Jane Kelly is the character from the XCOM 2 tutorial. So when you don't have special characters, even the custom one from the tutorials become important for later. So yeah, it's a veteran, the ranger in XCOM 2, becomes the director of this agency. And this tells a conversation with Bradford, which was not very happy. Usual stick in the mud. What is your greatest existential threat? The elders returning. If they do, who will need to fight them off? Everyone. I get it. I've seen the projection. But do you really think the commander would go for this? I think the commander has always seen the bigger picture. Unfortunately, we don't get a saying on that. So, yeah, apparently we roleplay as someone approved for this agency. That's to justify this mission, this game. And yes, Director Kelly.
Progeny went after expensive assets. What's behind their sudden need for funding?
Strand of grey hair.
They have no love for hybrids, which presumes a motive to kill the mayor. As for means, psionics could give them the ultimate insider, a member of Mayor Nightingale's protective detail.
Speculating about our investigation. Not going to read everything, of course, also because if you do multiple playthroughs, it's still the same. And now we have a new recruit. So let's see what we get.
The director convinced the city council we're too understaffed to be effective. This means we can bring more agents to City 31. It's not the whole squad, not yet, but it's something.
And that's very lucky. I was afraid that the game will recommend me shotgun users, but maybe it's more random than I thought. We still get good damage with all 3 of them. I already said that I wanted Zephyr, so we are lucky to get a peculiar character. Not confirmed past. Scatter records suggest he was Australian, undergoing the hybrid amalgamation and psionic lathe procedure in 2021. Officially created in 2021. Fought Advent alongside XCOM. Yeah, he joined Skirmisher. Recommended to the Chimera Squad by multiple XCOM soldiers. You can see the backstory of everyone. Now we have characters, so that's moving away from the custom design of XCOM.
Zephyr, you made it!
Yeah.
You grab a locker?
Yep.
Have everything you need?
Yeah.
Good talk.
No.
That at least they have a personality, so we cannot change anything aside from the tint, the armor tint, which, yeah. Maybe I'll change it. 1 color per episode. And yeah, we can apply to all agents. So yeah, if we want to change, much easier. But for now, yeah, we didn't get any promotion. Probably because we didn't kill anyone. And I think we missed, so this is the armory.
When you aren't on mission, you need to maintain your skills, physical and mental. Training is the place to do it. It's also where you can adapt to any lasting wounds received in the field. So don't let those wounds linger. You'll pay for them in the long term.
And yeah, so now Terminal could have gotten a wound, a scar, battle scar, getting less HP, less movement or something like that. Instead, we have been lucky, so there was absolutely no consequence. Only if she fainted, I think the scar is guaranteed. But yeah, there's a very forgiving game, even on Impossible. I could add plus 2 HP. We got basic conditioning here. I could add to make this one faster. So yeah, the structure is very different from a normal XCOM game. That's why I added the extra challenge. We don't have much of a lab here to speak of, but we can build an android, which will be helpful in case one of our agents gets down, so it will be replaced on the next encounter, so not really a protagonist role, but can come in clutch. Many missions are actually just one encounter. And last one.
I'm authorizing Chimera Squad for special operations. Some ops provide useful resources for the squad. Keep an eye out for these opportunities.
So when we get more soldiers, we can send them here and get credits, intel, Illyrium. So these are the 3 currencies. Yeah, intel is spent on buying upgrade field themes on the city map, of course credit on the shop, Illyrium on projects. So for now, I think the most important thing is intel.
We've seen the progeny using tech of an unfamiliar design. None of this came from Advent. Track down the source of this tech. We need to know how they're using it.
So we got the intel and we can buy a field team in any of these 9 regions. But we have our main goal. We don't know enough to shut it down, so we need to wait 5 days or 3 days if we do this mission. So in actually we could avoid, you know, if we want to take 1 day easy, not really. Well, we could maybe use these and then wait 1 day, so it's extremely forgiving game. But the anarchy will rise, and to combat that we need to combat the unrest we need field teams. So reduce district unrest if I have after I buy 1 field team. So these have
Chimera Squad, I'm Commissioner Maloof of 3-1 PD. To be blunt, I don't give a chrysalis ass about the politics. I'm glad you're in the city. 3-1 PD was stretched thin before the mayor's death. There are gaps to fill, and that's where you come in. When your agents can handle a situation better than my officers, I'll send the details your way. If the city council has a problem with that, I'll take the heat. They can't afford to fire me. I look forward to working with you.
So they talk a lot for saying very little, but we got 1 scope here, so these are the optional mission. Illyrium. So I always got, I didn't really need to make things faster because I was always on top of the unrest, but apparently these count as story mission, so they have more lore, and so I'm going to pick them always because I don't really know. I've skipped them earlier. So what we can do is pick a field team. Actually, there's not really important where for now, and we can choose between finance, security, technology, credits, intel, Illyrium. So actually maybe it's best to add it here since we get so the second, yeah, right, we get extra things now for the level 2 instead. We'll get plus extra bonus if there's a mission on this thing and extra stuff on the 3rd level. But for now, basic level, it doesn't really matter, so I'm going to do it here. and I want more intel to buy more squads. And now I could use vigilance, but I don't have unrest for now, so there's no point. And then we'll unlock quarantine dragnet major crime task force much later. So we don't have any credits to buy in the shop, but this time I'm going to remember to add so +2 days toward Operation Reveal and some credits.
Sometimes we need to infiltrate hostile territory. This usually means we're after important contraband. Grab the contraband and get out. Do not stick around.
So this is just one encounter, but more tricky than it seems. I'm going to add breach item, which I forgot. Next time I'm going to use Zephyr. This is just melee, but for now let's stay like this. We could buy breach item. Also when we level up we'll get abilities. Yeah, seize psionic tech in Riverside.
The progeny are moving contraband through this nightclub. Recover it.
We don't have a choice here, so it's just one encounter, but harder one it starts. As units through this entrance we receive an extra action point. That's actually very helpful. 50 units through the entrance will be routed for one round, which is not helpful. Yeah, as you can see. Yeah. So Cherub's ability allows to absorb fire for every aggressive enemy in the room, which would have been very helpful. Again, we have reduced XP, so it will be tougher. Let's start with Verge, Torque, Terminal, and Cherub. So you can keep the team up ability for
We shall move in.
when you're in trouble, or you can just use it at the beginning to make things much easier in the long run. So 41%, I'm not going to hit that even if I try. I'm going to take the Acolyte. Is it already time to shoot? 41%. Let's try. So I could, I have Tranquilizer Rounds. I could destroy one thrall. Yeah, there's no point. 41%. Let's do that. Just barely enough. Of course, I'm not going to kill anyone. So, yeah, at least I got good damage. And yeah, just 3 damage, it doesn't matter in the long run.
You bungled the intel, I'll spike your toothpaste with my venom.
They're just as surprised. I think this is a meet.
So, we need to get the contraband.
That's the contraband. Grab it and get out.
And leave, because there will be a reinforcement. So, where do we leave actually? We get reinforcements from here. So, I'm not going to run over there. There's a thrall. Wait. So this is the extraction. I'm not sure why the extraction is at the beginning. I'm still not sure if it's a bug. Devs didn't think that the first through one door can also be not the first in general, since we have different point of entries. So I'm stuck. Well, actually, it's a free action for Cherub. It would make more sense at the end of his turn. So now I have basically 2 attacks this turn.
Book 'em.
Perfect. Very convenient. Now I'm stuck. Also, Verge is rooted for 1 turn. Forgot about that. So I cannot move. Can just shoot. Or, well, use his powers. But yeah, instead with Cherub I can do 2 attacks. I could also team up and get more, even more actions before the enemies, but I think I'll wait, since we need to evacuate at the end of this mission. Actually, I should have tried if I can shoot. So I'm not going to... I wanted to team up Cherub, of course, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not sure if it would work. So yeah, I need to be careful about not hitting these. Actually, how much damage? 1. Not sure if they kill an unconscious enemy, but they definitely killed this one. 70%. Let's try the Acolyte. Perfect. Yeah, so at this point, with the Tranquilizer Rounds, I'm going to hit him. Yeah, there will be reinforcements, but for now, I think... Can I tongue pull 65%? I could try, but... Can I see him from here? Let's try. I don't want to pick up in case I trigger something. No, I can't. Okay, so I'll just stay here. We get reinforcements anyway. Actually, I'm not sure where. Oh, well. It's a bit risky, but I'm going to get a psionic augmenter. And yeah, so now I know where I need to evacuate. And we could actually almost run, but... So I'm going to keep the team up for when we need to run. Fortunately, I cannot reach this side. Could try here. So of course, I'm going to avoid Overwatch unless I have Tranquilizer Rounds, but Overwatch is not as helpful. Maybe in this case could have been helpful. But yeah, we need to start moving toward exit. Actually, yeah, I wanted to add a shield, but yeah, I don't have charge. Going to add the shield on myself because I cannot see talk, but I'm too much cover, so yeah, terminal.
That hurts.
Of course, terminal was the better choice because I'm full cover.
You okay?
And now we got the reinforcements. Yeah, but they won't attack. We need to worry about the throw and the other throw. But I think I'm going to start moving away. And maybe hit someone. 69. Let's do this.
Another hostile down.
Yeah, I don't like to shoot them like this, but it's not much of a choice. The game is not built it for pacifist run, so I could. Yeah, there's no point in stopping for a bind. I could subdue. Not ideal, but yeah, it's going to.
You'll regret that.
Have his actions anyway. Yeah. So I'm going to take some damage.
The senses.
Fortunately, it's critical, but critical means just 1 extra, so yeah. Bit low again. Maybe I should safeguard. Who's attacking next? No, I don't need to safeguard, I just team up. Not Cherub, talk. So this is a free action, we can do once per battle. And yeah, there's no point in trying to kill the enemies because... to subdue the enemies because again, I'm not getting HP, so let's just run out. Yeah, let's see if we get a scar. Could get a hit again. Medic! Another critical.
Wait, I'm the medic.
Aside from the funny lines,
Still up. Good.
nothing too dangerous. Of course, if we stay here, things can get dangerous. This is one Cherub. I could get back. Actually, where's the shield? The snake ran away with the shield, but yeah, so you cannot hit it anyway. So again, there's no point in staying and trying to farm XP because I want to get it. I just run away. Now they get another hit. Yeah. They target Verge.
Closer than I would like.
This acolyte may be an issue actually. No, luckily didn't go for the suspend thing.
That was unpleasant.
This is why you keep me around.
The mission ends even if you... Actually, I'd like to demonstrate battle madness. There's no way he's going to kill his friend.
Unleash your frustration.
Not gonna lie, that always creeps me out.
Yeah. He's going to hit just 2 damage. Nothing special aside from the line. And now we get... Can run
Moving,
away.
cover me.
Doesn't matter how much HP we have in the battle, just count the damage taken. Let's see if we get scarred this time on Torque. But yeah, the mission was very fast. We just needed to hit and run, otherwise we get more and more reinforcement. So yeah, just 5. When we reach 5 capture enemies, we're good. And yeah, we can skip. And now we are Floyd Tesseract. The one talking about conspiracy in the first cutscene. Psionics is not really a threat to our city. Yes, you can be forced to act against our will, but any Psion can immediately detect such blatant imposition. Those without psionics see it as nebulous as scary. Me, I see it as butter, best if used sparingly, and liable to leave a mess if not. That's you should have believed. Yeah, of course they need funny characters to carry the narrative since we don't have high budget cutscene. So we get unrest.
Reports confirm significant unrest in City 31. Without the city's trust, Reclamation cannot investigate effectively.
Anything we can do about that?
Results can earn back the public trust. We're here to keep the city safe, so there's no better way than doing just that.
So, Director Scully, and finally we got our promotions, so let's start with assembly. We get our Android, 150 credits. Now we can add some upgrades to the Android, which is way too much time and resources for someone that is going just for backup. We can build an Android in the shop, but yeah, not really great investment, because just reinforcement units if an agent is down in combat, so it will happen because we're not going to kill anyone. But the Android would have been great if one of our agent would need to skip a mission because of being incapacitated in the other run. Well, actually killed, but not really killed, because there's no permadeath. But now we have improved field teams, which is a bit... Yeah, we'll need to upgrade to rank 2 to do this, but not right now. We need the Elerium, but the Elerium is just, yeah, not great quantities. Instead, if you get more intel, we can buy more and more field teams. But for now, weapon mods, armor mods, just one turn. So I'm going to do both of them if I get 5 Elerium. Actually, it's one turn because of Zephyr. Yeah, need 5 more Elerium. Hopefully we can get it in the next mission. I'm going to focus on the armor, but also there's a modular weapon that we need, even if I'm not going to prioritize weapons. But we got the promotions, so let's get them first.
I'm sure you already know your way around the armory. Each of you has a locker here. But it's also where we announce field promotions, which I'm doing now.
I'd like to thank my gremlin for always believing in me.
Congratulations. I realize now there should have been a cake.
That's the same line for everyone, but actually it triggers only once. So Verge has a funny line, but the others are mostly say the same thing. So let's get these promotions. Rank Deputy Agent, unlock refresh, and this is the breach action I mentioned. The gremlin heals all allies at the breach point for 2 HP, 1 use per mission. So you can do this at the beginning every breach. Well, once Torque, Toxic Greeting, and this one I'm not going to do it. Torque spits a blast of poison at a target, the enemy will remain poisoned for 2 turns. That works if there are a lot of health. I don't want to kill them, of course. And this is instead of shooting the breach point. And you can see 20 dodge with the original Mach Weave, it get to 70, and then you can upgrade this here, I think. Yeah, not right now, but yeah, it was too much, so Mach Weave is now 30. Still going to get it anyway, but later when you get extra money. Get Phalanx, and that's what I wanted. Focus their fire on Cherub, ignoring the XCOM units at the breach point. So block all damage, gain 1 charge for each attack, so it's very helpful. Again, 1 use per mission, but if they're aggressive enemies, Cherub is our best man. And levitation instead, it's alternative to this one, because lift an enemy into the air, removing any cover bonuses during the breach. Levitation cancels all alert or aggressive enemy behavior. So yeah, levitation means that the enemy will not hit us, but it will also be easier to hit. But for now, yeah, also we can read their bio, but so hatched a new Arctic facility in 2020, only child of factory worker and a cook. And Cherub, a batch hybrid clones with full Advent training but Advent indoctrination. Immediately befriended to XCOM soldiers. Yeah, it's the friendly clone. 0 years old, 18 physically. Transfer to detention center, and after testing, transfer to the reclamation agency. Enthusiasm improved morale. Nice touch for varying the gameplay, since they will be saying the same lines over and over. It really worked to subvert human governments. Experimented with delicate long-term mental control of human subjects when he was around 15 years old. Psionic support for an infiltration unit of thin men. We need to be careful about Verge. No, actually, he's all they have history helping XCOM. He was a mole. Assigned long-term control of an influential human who could keep the populace docile with comprehensive, reassuring answers to their questions about aliens. Selected as a candidate for conversion into sectoid infused with human genetic materials, post-conversion exhibited signs of empathy towards the human populace. Quietly began to tip off resistance groups and then became a mole out of sympathy. Already seen Zephyr and our android, which actually, do we have an android already? I don't see the point of all this, because if we use it, it's just as a backup, so there's no point unless they allow us to use him as a starting member. Oh well. So let's change color for everyone, and let's take a look at the city map first. So we don't have actual mission here. We just get a situation, so there will be no combat, so we're going to do it now. So 31 PD has evidence of mercenary teams smuggling restricted weapons. So these are just easy things, can be resolved instantly. We get Delirium or Intel. So usually I would go for Intel, but I'm worried that we don't get the 5 extra Delirium we need. Actually, there's no way we get it, because it will be just 1/3. So I'm going to do the other one. Also, we can already use Vigilance, so there will be a cooldown. So let's... we have enough Intel? No. So I needed 10 more Intel to get one extra squad. If you buy more of the same, you will raise the price. But yeah, we don't have enough. Do we have anything else? Yeah, I said Delirium wasn't important, and now I'm 5 short. Not a great start. We could actually do improved field teams now, and maybe get some Delirium later. I don't really need modular armors urgently. So yeah, we lose our progress. There's no progress to lose. So let's review crime scene, bad operators. Let's get Intel. And we get our thing.
An emergency session of the City Council voted 5-4 against a citywide curfew. Councilor Parada spoke for the majority.
There is no need for such extreme measures. Mayor Nightingale's death is a tragedy, but to shut down the city due to fear would reject the very principles by which she lived.
3-1 PD remains on high alert throughout City 31. Commissioner Maloof released the following statement.
Every 3-1 PD officer grieves for Mayor Nightingale. Rest assured, we will bring those responsible to justice.
More as the story develops. Channel 37, Celio Dash reporting.
So we have, I think I let Zephyr here for a while. So we have just 1 day left, so there's no point in leaving someone here, because half a day we work in 1 day steps. So of course I'm also a bit of trouble, because I didn't get Delirium and I still don't get it. So we have been very lucky with the Intel, which means I will delay the research for 1 day or 2. Doesn't matter, because it's more helpful to get more Intel, so buy more field teams on Thursday and getting the income on Friday. So in the long term, this is the most important one. Hot tip, advanced expanded magazine at 25 Intel, extra padding and 20 Intel. Extra padding could be very helpful, even though we haven't researched the armor mods yet. But we are going to do that, leaving Zephyr to do some legwork and get even more Intel. Then we'll let them start in the team. Also, yeah, if I had a scar, I could have benched one of my squad to heal the scar, which is a debuff. But for now, they just have all just plus 2 HP, which we don't really need. Also, we could buy, well, we can buy an android. 150 plus 5 aim, just not plus 10, not as useful. I'm going to buy a flashbang though, can be useful for the psionic enemies. So next time, actually, we could already use it. So if we use it on a district we have already a field team, its effect is amplified, so instead of losing 1 unrest, we lose 2. I'm going to do that and then we'll get in 4 days. If we buy the field teams, right now we won't have any trouble at all with City Anarchy. So a lot of intel, hopefully we'll get some Millennium, but I'm not really too worried about that. Coming unspooled. Hostiles somehow got their hands on an unshackled assembly. The informant who tipped us off believes they are attempting to print and detonate a bomb.
Hostile forces may attempt to guard a mission-critical device that needs to be stopped. Destroy the device in question when authorized. Keep your distance if you can.
So you can see keep a door vent, so we don't need actually our breaching charge, which is still not sure where we got the free breaching charge. We got our android, even though I didn't buy it. It doesn't heal, and if it's destroyed, we need to pay 150 to buy another one. Let's add the flashbang grenade. So the grenade is actually a free action. Leave that on talk for now. This shouldn't be too bad, even though it says difficult, but the hardest one probably will be the mission after that. First big story mission, I guess. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Take care.